Hi everyone, Massive Das here, and we're talking about the games I'm looking forward to. I was originally planning to do most anticipated games in general going forward after we've had all the summer, you know, showcases and directs and all that good stuff. But if I did that, I would have things like Fable on the list, and I was going to say Persona 3 Reloaded, Final Fantasy Rebirth. Whereas obviously some of these are 2024, some like the Fable don't even have a date whatsoever. Game could be years away, and then if you're looking at games years away, I could say something like Beyond Good and Evil 2, Death Stranding 2, or whatever. So I'm looking at for the rest of 2023. We're halfway through the year. Just had Final Fantasy 16, which is one of my most anticipated games of the year. So now that's out of the way. While I'm currently playing that, looking forward to this, second half of the year. What is coming to various systems and stuff like that. I was going to do this a little bit earlier in the week, but then obviously I heard rumors about the Nintendo Direct, and we did have Nintendo Direct, which did change this list slightly. These games are going to be in order of release, so the last one isn't my most anticipated or anything like this. This is just in released order of the games. So the first one I'm looking forward to, and it's out fairly soon as it's coming in July. That's Pikmin 4. So this is in the Nintendo Direct. This is already one I was looking forward to. Looks really good. The new Night mode, the dog Ochi, I think he's called, like getting a GBA, the bit in the bathroom, a little bit like Tinykin. As we talked about on the Nintendo Cast we recently did. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I'm not as bothered about 1 and 2, like the ports, because I've played them before on GameCube. Same with 3, played that on Wii U. So a new Pikmin, very excited. There is a demo coming. I don't think I'll bother with it because I know I'm going to get the game, and progress doesn't carry over that often. So the next one I'm looking forward to is coming in September, and that's Starfield. This might be a little bit surprising because I'm not a huge Bethesda's fan. We did a podcast years and years ago now, I think. It was one of the very first ones with me, Dave, and Craig, where we did games that we don't like, and I brought a Fallout 3 and sort of thing. There's even some comments about it, like saying all my passion for hating Fallout 3. I've never been a big Bethesda fans of their games. Yeah, I do like Morrowind and Oblivion, so that's a little bit of a tangent there. But this just did really good from the Xbox showcase and stuff like that. I've even picked up the controller. The only thing I could be a little bit wary of, again, with Bethesda and stuff like that, we've had games with this big promise and good showings before, be it No Man's Skies or Cyberpunk, but it is going to be one of the biggest games from Xbox, and that's coming, so very excited for that. Also in September, there's Mortal Kombat 1, with a little bit of resurgence with fighting games. Just recently played Street Fighter 6, which I did enjoy. The World Tour mode was good. It was quite long, like over 20 hours, trying to get all the trophies and stuff of that. I did play a little bit online, a little bit of the arcade mode. It was fine. I've never got a huge attachment to Street Fighter because back in the day on the Mega Drive I had Street Fighter 2, but Mortal Kombat 2 is the one we played often, so I've got more love for Mortal Kombat. The story mode on them are really good with the cinematic trailers and stuff like that. So looking forward to this reboot of the Mortal Kombat series. Again, that's September. Then coming in October, Forza Motorsport. This again is another odd one because I'm not a big sim racing guy. Like I played a little bit of Gran Turismo 7 on PS5, but also via PSVR 2. It was great in PSVR 2. Like this car feels like it's going 60 miles, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, whatever, looking around. But like the campaign and everything was a little bit dry, and that's the normally thing with the sim races. Is normally like you do a cup, you get the new car. Where you look at something like Forza Motorsport, much more open world, much more fun. You get the city challenges and stuff like that. But they had a Forza monthly thing, and they're on about this is the car PG, and like how you unlock cars and stuff, how you play and stuff like that. And another big thing is obviously going to be on Game Pass, which is great. I think this is the first motorsport Forza Motorsport that were launched straight into Game Pass. I think the others Game Pass wasn't around at the time, and obviously with Craig and Dave both being on Xbox, they like a racing game and stuff like that. I can definitely see me playing more of this. That's why I'm more excited for this than previous like sim races. Like I can jump in. I know it's going to be always on my Xbox. They're going to add new cars and stuff, especially with the premium pass, which I might pick up. It's like, oh, Dave's online. Let's have a race on Forza. Or they've added Ferrari Enzo or something. Now let's check this out, and there could be new races and things like that. So it's more of the the social aspect of the game and how they do the career mode. It's going to be interesting. But sticking in October, the big one still to come on PlayStation 5 is Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1 is excellent on PS4. I don't think it's as good as some people make out. I think there's better PlayStation exclusives. It's definitely on the lower end of them. It's not in a Horizon of God of War, in my opinion. They did get very samey quickly, swinging around, but I did platinum it. It was that good. And with the two Spider-Men and looking like Dark Peter, could be interesting, like how Venom's going to play in the story. Can we even play Venom maybe and stuff like that? So it's the big one for PlayStation still to come. So excited for that. And there is one more October game. October is pretty stacked. I could have actually done a list of 10 games just from October. But the next one's Super Mario Wonder. This is why I left doing this list to now. Super Mario Wonder looks really good. I'm not actually a big 2D Mario fan. I think, again, it's going back to the Mega Drive and stuff like that, growing up with Sonic, things like that. Mario always seemed a bit slower. I've always been more of a 3D Mario guy due to starting with Mario 64 and Sunshine and stuff like that. But this is really cool, and all the funky stuff going on where Mario's actually eating the flowers and mushrooms, and the elephant Mario looks like and playing like Peach and Daisy right away as well. So really good for that. That is coming October. Next is two games coming out on the same day and very similar sort of thing. So weirdly, the first one I'm going to talk about here may actually get sort of pushed off this list sort of thing. But it was on here originally, and because of the series that's it, I kept it on there, and that's Persona 5 Tactica. This is coming to like all systems, but it's going to be on Game Pass day one, which is the great thing, because I think if I was spending 55 quid on this and like 50 quid on the other game coming same day, this could definitely not get a look in. But being on Game Pass, being able to install it right away, going to be on there for 3-6 months at least, depending how long the deal with Sega Atlus is on it. It's really good. The Persona 5 cast is pretty good. They're not as good as Persona 4 cast, just in case Dave listens to this. I definitely agree Persona 4 cast is better. But 5 cast is still pretty great. We have had a lot of spin-offs of them, and there's another one with the chibi characters in a tactics game, Tactica. Really do like a tactics sort of strategy game. I like a Fire Emblem. That's one of my favourite games of the year at the moment still is Fire Emblem Engage. Like last year, Triangle Strategy. I still haven't played Tactics Ogre, which I got, and hopefully we get a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. So it's a genre I like a lot. So I'm pretty excited for it, and knowing that it's going to be on Game Pass, part of my subscription, is a pretty good thing, and it's good to see Japanese games on Xbox. Something that I've always said is lacking, and we are getting them, and weirdly we're getting them, and I've actually not been playing them just because it's been things like Persona 3 and Persona 4 Golden, which I've already played. Same with Ni no Kuni and stuff like that. So I've being a bit of a hypocrite with getting them, but it's ones that I've already played elsewhere. But this being brand new on Xbox on Game Pass is really good thing. Why it might not get played right away is Super Mario RPG, which we also got from the recent Nintendo Direct, which is a remake of Super Mario RPG from the Super Nintendo, which we didn't get in the UK or rest of Europe. It was Japan and North America. it did come eventually to the Virtual Console. I didn't know if it was on the Wii Virtual Console, but it's definitely on the Wii U. And I did buy it and played a little bit on it, but not a huge amount. And it's one that if it came to NSO, I would have definitely tried and played again. Like I recently played Metroid Fusion for the first time through NSO, really good. Gonna play the Fire Emblem as I'm recording this. Fire Emblem from the GBA is now added. One I want to play. There's other GBA ones I want to play. Not so much on the Super Nintendo, but it would be one if it was on there I would look at because I've never played, sort of thing. But seeing a remake and the cool new art style does remind me a little bit of Link's Awakening remakes. Don't know if Grezzo or something maybe are doing this remake. But yeah, this is coming November, the same day as Persona 5 Tactica. Slightly different RPGs, but obviously it's still grid based and things like that. What's going to be interesting after this comes out, people already want Geno in Smash, or like the next Smash on the next Nintendo system, are people going to be even more wanting Geno, sort of thing. Also, people might play it now. Like I've always been told it's a fantastic game, I now play it and it's like, this game isn't good. Maybe a bit of Americanized rose-tinted glasses on this game. Like I said, Europe didn't really get the game, sort of thing. So excited for that. They all have like dates of September, October, November. This next one is just a fall 2023, but there is a Sonic Central today, so it may actually get dated. And that's Sonic Superstars, which I kind of feel bad for because Super Mario Wonder looks really good, and they're both going back to like the 2D platformer and stuff like that. But I've always been more of a Sonic guy. The developers of this aren't the best. They've made some Yoshi games that haven't been great, but it does look really good. And obviously, you got the 4 characters you can play as and stuff like that. It's one I'm looking forward to on the Switch mostly because of handheld play, and I always feel things like TV platformers and things of 2D art and stuff like that. I'm like, it's not on this list, but talked about it on the podcast Star Ocean. The new remake of that being 2D HD, I already think that's a Switch game, even though it's on PlayStation. So this is one I'm very excited for the Switch. It's just when it comes out. If it comes out the same day as Persona 5 Tactica and Super Mario RPG, it's gonna struggle to get my attention. Same if it came out the same day as a Starfield or something. Yeah, but then at least Starfield's in Game Pass, I wouldn't have to buy Starfield. But yeah, we may have more info after this has even gone up. And then the last one, this is more of the wildcard entry. It's just a 2023 date, and it's one I wasn't hugely excited for until we got a new showcase of it recently. We had there's a Warhammer Skulls, and there was another showing where I showed up, and that's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, which has been confirmed for 3-player co-op. It kind of looks, obviously, Gears of War-y and stuff like that. The first one is a bit of a cult hit in that, shooter genre from the 360 PS3 era. And obviously be getting this sequel. I don't know if it's THQ or something that are doing it. A little bit pricey, I think it's 65 quid from what I can see, which is a little bit pricey, but it is one that I'm excited about because I know Dave is keen on it, and I know Dave talks often on podcasts. He doesn't really buy a lot of games at launch, but I think me being keen on it, maybe even Craig again doesn't buy that many games at launch. But if we were to all get this game or are going to play it in co-op, that's a huge thing because we have played bits and pieces of Gears in co-op, and it has been fun. But then when we have tried to play that co-op, we've gone, well, we've already played the game, let's play it now in Insane or something like that. Well, I think if we jump this right away on a normal or something like that, where it's less either me or Dave doing something silly, that'd be really good. It's one that's on the end as a bit of a wild card. If they both go, we're not picking it up or whatever, 65 quid's a lot, can't find a deal, whatever. I think the 11th one, or the one that will replace it, will be Plucky Squire, which would also just a 2023 game. So there's still a lot to look forward to. There's loads of other things like Alan Wake 2, Alone in the Dark, etc. So loads still coming at the second half of the year, and it is looking really good from this list. Xbox and Switch, that's where it looks like I'm mostly going to be playing, with the odd PlayStation game in Spider-Man 2. Maybe Mortal Kombat 1 gets a look in on PlayStation, due to I know people that play fighting games on PlayStation may pick that up. But anyway, what are you looking forward to? And I'll see you again.